In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily add an extra battery to your Cityrang 4.0 or your EUI M20. A link to all these parts is below in the description and above. The first thing you're going to need is this extra battery. This is a 10 amp hour battery, good for about 15 to 25 miles of extra range. This battery combiner, this is a 30 amp battery combiner, which allows you to safely operate both the stock battery and the extra battery simultaneously. I like to use this switch so I can toggle on that extra battery like a reserve tank, and then some extension cables. Now you can operate on the extra battery, the factory battery, or a combination of both batteries. Now this won't increase your top speed, but you will be able to maintain your top speed for longer. So without further ado, let's get started on the install. First thing we want to do is lift up the seat and remove the stock battery. If it's locked in the frame, use the key to unlock it. Just simply slide this up and set this down. Now the controller is housed in this compartment here, so it's a little bit of a tight fit. You might need one of these shorty screwdrivers. It's a Phillips head. Now you want to be careful not to strip the screws out. You want to grab a nice pointy screwdriver, give it some firm pressure, and then slowly loosen counterclockwise each one of the screws on the cover plate here. Now for the bottom screws, I had to use this small little ratchet with a hex key and a bit on the end so I could get into the tight spaces. You could also find a different screwdriver, but this is probably actually the hardest part of it. It's getting this cover off. So removing this cover, you're going to expose the controller here. You can see that things are really packed in here. So let's take a look at what this controller actually is. So it has a max current of 20 amps and 48 volts is the nominal, and the cutoff voltage is 39 volts. There's several places you can mount this extra battery. You can mount it here to the cargo rack. Obviously, it'll consume the cargo rack space. You could mount it here, and then the other place would be here where the water bottle holder is, and then that would be easily mountable with these Velcro straps. After trying different locations, I ended up mounting the battery right here. It mounts nicely in this location. Now, this is the charge port for the extra battery. It is charged independently from the factory battery. This battery comes with its own charger, so you can charge both the extra battery and the factory battery at the same time. Now, this is the cable connection. What I need to do is wire the battery combiner with the controller that you see here, and I'm going to use some of these extension cables. Now, this battery combiner is foolproof, so the connections can only go one way. So if I separate the XT60 connector here, this one is going to the controller, this one goes to the extra battery. So if I look on here, the only one that will connect to the controller, this one here, like that. Now, this one will control, doesn't matter, to one of the batteries like this. That goes to the factory mount connection here where I'll connect the extra battery. I could just connect it. I like having the inline switch for the extra battery because I can ride out on the factory battery. When it gets down to 1 or 2 bars, then I switch over to both batteries and I know I can get home. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that. And what I can do is I can toggle this on now. I'm going to test it before I go too far, and we'll see how everything works. I'm going to reach down here and toggle on the extra battery. Then I'm going to come up here and check to see how the battery operates. You can see the bike comes up. I'm going to go to pedal assist mode 5. We're going to see what that top speed does. Says it gets up to 37, 38 miles an hour. Now, that speedometer isn't quite accurate in the higher speeds, but everything is checking out okay. So what I want to do is get this packaged up, get the wires run cleanly, and then reinstall the factory battery so that I can run both at the same time. In order to get everything to package properly, I'm going to need this extension cable. This extension cable is going to be used from the factory battery. Plug that in, and then what I'm going to do is route this down and out of the bottom of the controller box. Now, I know this is tight, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take the battery combiner and I'm going to either like zip tie it here or somewhere. I'll probably put it down here somewhere. That way it's out of the way. You won't see it once the factory battery is mounted. And then I want to take the lead from the controller. I also want to mount that outside of the box. This is what's going to be tricky. It's getting this all packaged in here. Before I install the factory battery, I want to give how everything looks. You can see the two XT60 cables that come out here. One is for the factory battery. The other one goes to the controller. I have the switch to the extra battery. I'm going to route that down like this. So now I have all the cords down here. I'm going to go ahead and install the factory battery. Get that seated. Put the seat down. And now you can see what it looks like down there. I don't see much, but I'm going to get this battery combiner installed down below. All right, I got everything installed with the extra battery, the battery combiner, the factory battery is installed. Let's do a test. I'm going to turn on the factory battery and then come up here and power on the screen. You can see powered on the screen. And then I'm going to pedal assist mode 5 and gets to about 30 miles an hour, no issues. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the factory battery, and the screen is off. I'm going to come over here and turn on the extra battery, come back up to the handlebars, hit the power button. Now the bike is running just on the extra battery. And if I go to pedal assist mode 5, I'll get up to 30 miles an hour or more. All right, that's good. Now I'm going to turn on the factory battery, and now I'm running both batteries simultaneously. Now this won't make the bike go any faster, but it will make the bike hold its top speed of 28 miles an hour longer because it has the extra capacity from the extra battery. So that concludes the video. I hope that you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments, and thanks for watching.